Okay, this will be the last one for today. Um, and not just the Filipina Pea, but any Filipinos that live in the Philippines. Um, if you want to look at this material and sample it and use it for your video to answer the questions of Americans about the Philippines and the women in the Philippines and all like that, feel free to do so. Okay, because I want to know before I go. And again, I'm not going there to be a passport bro. I'm not going there to you know, get my little snicker and some little lady's little Filipina girl. Okay. I'm thinking about my retirement. I'm thinking about getting something there that I don't get here. Here, people are, you know, and before I hit the play button and finish this out, I notice in the see, I pay attention to the video footage, what's going on in the background and all like that, and you know, some guy getting on, you know, YouTube or whatever, talking about his Philippine mama who don't want to sit close to him. That's a red flag to me. Okay, she don't know how to smile. She don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, if I go to the Philippines or if I go to any country and I meet a woman that is non-American and she falls for me like I fall for her, if that's what she's doing, if she is she falling in love with me, or is she just is like in the Bible days, she has to have that male status. I mean, is she in love with me? Okay, am I in love with her? Are we in love? Okay. What are Philippine women doing when they are not laying on their back? When they are not, you know what I'm saying? Like looking at your footage. You know, I mean, where do you have time for your boyfriend? You're always on YouTube. You're always, you know, doing his footage and stuff like that. I mean, what are Philippine women doing? Is it just about them having, you know, as many males in their life as possible or something, and then, you know, as long as the man gets to have sex by the end of the day, or sex a couple times a week or something, it's all good? I mean, what's going on? Because looking at your culture, I don't see here in America, when a girl has a boyfriend and vice versa, when a man has a girlfriend, okay, that is their thing. That's their big thing. It's huge. It's their thing. Now they're going to lose time with their friends. They're going to lose time, you know, with all these different things. Some of us are crazy enough to lose time with church. Okay. Make sure I get water off. Some of us lose a lot of time with other things. Why? Because we're in love. I remember when the job I had, the little lady, the little fitness lady, finally fell in love, and every man that flirted with her now was wondering what's wrong with her. You know, we all used to talk to her. I used to buy her things. She'd say the word, I'd go buy. She's just a cute little tiny Caucasian fitness lady. And one day she showed me that how sweet she was, and so I paid her back for it by making sure out of my own pocket that she had, you know, what she needed for her office and everything. And it wasn't just me, it was a lot of us that worked there, and a lot of us that were like coming in there for, you know, everybody from the lowest income of us to the richest of us was always up in this girl's face talking to her. And she used to, you know, flirt with me. That's what got it started, because I'm pretty stuck up. Unless someone goes out of their way a lot of times, and they shouldn't have to do that, but that's the way it is. Show me that they want to be my friend. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I love women. Any woman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, anyone. I love women. Okay, I love women. I love children. But, children can't come around me being bad. I love, I love guys. You know what I mean? They can't come around me acting like they the muscle all the time. They can't come around me acting like I'm supposed to ride shotgun all the time. I'm not doing that. Okay? Sometimes I know what I'm talking about, and so y'all gonna listen. And sometimes, I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm gonna let you take over. And sometimes I'm not trying to overtalk you. I'm trying to get you to get to a point, But I'm gonna play this, and I just want you to understand that I don't judge you. I think what you do, and I think you're more conservative than a lot of people you interview and the young girls that you interview and stuff like that. I think you're more conservative than they are. You're more Christian about it, whether you're a Christian or not. You're more Christian about it than they are. Okay. And see, I have to be careful who I'm talking to and what I'm getting myself into, because I have to take Jesus with me. He's not going down there with me if I can't find him down there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he ain't there, he also ain't going with me to get there. You know what I'm saying? If he ain't already there, okay? But I really, really, really enjoy your channel. I really enjoy your content, and there's just little things here and there that need to be talked about. Because what about us people that don't want to go to the clubs, don't want to go to the bars, ain't trying to, snatch these girls up, but we don't want to be, and you said so yourself, it doesn't happen. We don't want to be treated like outcasts. We don't want to be treated like, we got to get in the middle of the street and play a Jimi Hendrix tune in order to get somebody to pay attention to us, to have a conversation with us, everything, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I want to know that it's different, but I don't want to judge you, because here in America, everything that you talk about the Philippines can be found from southern Pennsylvania all the way to New York, in the location that I'm in, all the way from everything that's going on in the Philippines. You have it going on all the way from southern Pennsylvania all the way to New York City, Manhattan. Okay, we have high class, low class. We have bars and clubs all over the place. Sex. Men and women just getting together for sex. The 3 F's. Okay, find them, F them, and forget them. You know what I'm saying? We got that all over this part of the world. Okay, we got the lady boys. We got we got the age gap. There's men out here dating Filipinas. It don't just happen in your country. See, when Filipinos come over here, if they are fresh out of your country, they hold on to their culture. Some of them have been married 3-4 times since they left the Philippines, but they still stick to their culture, and they still treat their men the same way. That's why I say, how does a woman that treats a man with that respect and submissiveness, how does she end up in so much divorce all the time? Is my thing. That's why I'm saying it's not the Westerns that are coming over there. It's the Westerns that are coming over there because they have given up not only on the women here, but on the life that they lived here. It's not just the women here, and it's not just better women there. It is the life that they lived here. They're sick and tired of it. They want to be a different person. Don't blame it on the Philippine women, and don't blame it on the fact that they're Western, and don't blame it on the fact that they left the West to retire or move to the Philippines, because that's not why they are the way they are. If they're any good, they're good because they made a conscious decision that I'm going to go somewhere else and I'm going to be a different person. But meanwhile, you were smashing and dashing on these black women before you headed over there, before you even thought about going over there, and you never apologized for it. Now you want to go to the Philippines and act like you Mr. Holier than thou, act like you Mr. Special, and these Philippine ladies, they don't know you little crippin' behind, but they're glad for you to be there. I have a problem with that. But it's okay, because a lot of Philippine women have broken up with their foreign, They're foreigners. A lot of Filipinas have broken up with their foreigners. And it's going over and over and over again. My question is, was there a lot of sex? Like, if you go over to the Philippines and you meet a lovely girl and you just want to pop that so bad, you know what I'm saying, you don't know what to do with yourself, and so you tried everything in the book and you didn't get to hit it, that's the picture I want to see. But if you go over there like a lot of these men, to go over there to retire and get away from the problems of this life, you want to start off new somewhere else, not just with the women, but with yourself. You want to start off new somewhere else. Okay? That's the kind of man I look up to. I look up to a man that's going to, go and get something in the Philippines that he was getting here already. Only difference is over there in the Philippines, he pays less money for it. And I just don't want y'all Philippine women falling for that. You go get a prettier woman with a more beautiful tan, more beautiful hair, and everything out, and she's younger on top of that, and it costs less than all this what he put these black women through over here. These black women ain't acting the way that they act because of them just being witches out of nowhere. They act the way they act because there's no father in the home, number one. Okay? Or they choose to have that sour relationship with their father. Okay? Fathers are very important. Without a good relationship with America is full. We got single mothers coming out of our asses. Okay? There's single mothers with children everywhere. Child support is the child support is the American fortune. Okay? I'm just trying to protect you, trying to protect foreigners coming into the Philippines. I'm trying to protect Filipinos from foreigners coming into the Philippines. Okay? And when you tell me that you go on dates, does that mean you're always having sex? And he leaves and you call it love? Because I don't understand why these Filipinas, everywhere you go, the Filipinas are dressed to be hot to try. They're just, you know what I mean? And they're walking, these young ones, you're looking at them on the camera, and they're walking and looking at themselves all the time, and all this, and just and that's all they care about. What are these Filipinos doing when they're not with their man that supports their relationship with their man? See, me, if I'm in love with a woman, I'm going to eventually marry her. And once we live in a house together, she's my wife, When we're in bed sleeping together, she's my wife when she walks out that door. And she better be representing me more than just a wedding ring. Wherever she goes, she represents me. It's going to either make me look good or make me look bad. And I'm seeing these Filipinas just out on the street posing and walking around. Like, what's the destination? I'm going to stop there, and end with this. Okay. Dummy. Alright, so let me go back to the middle of this. I think there's something going on there. I think somebody's being dishonest. That's not it. Hold up. My bad. And carries herself, even if she's extremely pretty. A lot of men here in the West are intimidated by pretty women. Okay? They're not going to say anything to a pretty girl if she's that pretty. Like, for example, if the Filipina Pea came here to, let's say my state, Pennsylvania. Okay? Now, a lot of these redneck guys out in the, sundown cities or something, they might see her and don't see a man with her. They might try to make moves, but that's just natural in the suburbs, in the private suburbs out here. But men in the city, they see pretty girls that look like Filipina girls all the time. There's black girls that look like Filipina girls. There's white girls that look like Filipina girls. There's Filipina girls that look like Filipina girls. There's all kinds of Asians floating around. Like here, I work around lovely Asian women. There's a ton of them here. Okay. So, and they're not victims. They're not. No one's trying to snatch them up. Just because how pretty they are. You know what I'm saying? You got that twisted. The only difference is that it's kind of like going to a place where dogs run free. You know what I'm saying? Now maybe in the Philippines, look at it like this. Maybe the dogs are on a bigger leash, or maybe they are a lot, or maybe they don't have as many dogs, okay? But here we got a lot of dogs, and most of them are on leash though. They're on leashes, okay? Some are not on leash. We got a lot of rules for dogs here in America. So, let's not act like, what you said about Philippine girls, they're going to go to the West and get snatched up and they're going to cheat and all like that. They can do that in the Philippines. What's the difference? Especially when they get dressed up and they go hopping from bars. And it's the same thing here. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, if a girl is with somebody, if she goes to a party, she goes to a party with her man. And that's the way it is in the West. Women go to the bars and clubs with their man. Man don't go with them. Most women, conservative women anyway, don't go. Now, a lot of feminist women will go anywhere without their man. Okay, and they believe in having ladies' night out and men's night out. But most American Western women, when they go out with their husbands or they go out with their boyfriends. Matter of fact, husbands and wives don't go out as much as single people. Husbands and wives don't go out as much as young. When a man gets married, him and his wife like to be at home. Okay, they like to be at home, chilling at home. Okay, watching TV, having sex. Men my age, like between the ages of 40, okay, and 65, 40 and up, I'll say. Men and women our age spend that time, whenever we're not working, we're together. We're either working and making money at our legit jobs that ain't got nothing to do with being pretty and all that kind of stuff, okay? Or, Like in the case of a lot of the men that these girls really latch on to, these businessmen. Okay, businessmen. They have weeks, days, and months that they travel the world or whatever, and to keep business running smoothly. And then, but when they go home, and now a lot of them take their wives with them when they travel, and I know I would, but a lot of them don't take their wives with them. Their wives are happy to call the kids over, and the kids and mom are, doing things together, going to the parks together, go to Kennywood together, whatever. And I'm talking about grown behind kids, in my age group. Okay, they come over and hang out with mom, and that's mom's time with the kids while the husband is out there making business transaction and bringing up that money. That's fine. But when he comes home, it's time for the kids to leave. And it's time for him to spend some time with the kids and then dismiss the kids. Okay? And, it's time for him to get down to business with his wife. And, we don't just, bam, bam, bam in the bed, and then, she gets out of bed and she goes somewhere, okay? She gets all dressed up in them skimpy clothes to go somewhere. It's not like that, okay? Now, I don't know, maybe some of y'all dress the way you do, and you'll continue to dress the way you do and act like you do because there's no men around. That or I should say, you're not in a relationship, okay? But I don't want a woman coming up to me giving me hope and visions of love when her last time getting laid was last night when she left the club. Why didn't you hook up with the man you slept with? What are you coming to me for? And then I'm supposed to get back on the plane because I'm not, and this is what some of the passport bros have talked about. I'm supposed to get back on the plane, okay, knowing that she's, okay, now she's going to sleep with somebody else. She's still going to the club. She want me to promise her love. Well, baby, I got to go back to the States and work. I work in the States. Okay, so what are you doing? What is she doing while he's back in the States? She getting on Facebook and blowing his phone off the ringer while she's in, as one YouTuber put it, she's hanging out with Diego. Diego about to bust that back out again. You on the other end of the line. Or he's on the other end of the line. Okay, that blows the whole fairy tale idea of the lovely Filipina babes. That blows that right out of the water, because we get that here in the West. I just recently, before I moved here to Pittsburgh, there was this beautiful, slamming, half white, half Italian girl. Or she was completely Italian. And as much as I love Italian women, I never thought one would want to sleep with me. But before I could even turn her down and let her know, you do know I'm a Christian, I don't do this kind of thing. I found that she was married to, her husband was stationed out in Iraq. Not her husband, her fiance. They had a wedding date planned and everything. The whole time that she was, they're supposed to be waiting to get married, his wife was cheating with every 5'3" person. Now she's about without her heels, she's about 5'1". Okay, but I'm sitting in the parking lot at McDonald's. Not McDonald's, Giant Eagle. I'm sitting in the parking lot. Okay, she walks out with her lover, and I'm thinking he looks kind of short compared to the pictures that she showed me. So I said, this girl cheating on her. So I stopped. I honked the horn, stuck my hand out the window. I waved at her. I said, hey, come on over here, girl. What you doing? I got out of the car, gave her a hug. I said, this your husband? She was like, no, my husband. He's walking up, And I said, oh, okay. When am I going to get to meet your husband? When is he coming home? And so, you know, and this was after she was flirting with me on the job and you know, all that kind of stuff. And so that was on my mind because this girl was gorgeous. She was beautiful. I don't get it like that, okay? This don't usually happen to me. But I said, where's your husband? Because after he turned around, I knew that wasn't the guy I seen in the picture. And he is short. That is, her husband is taller than her. He's a good six point something, okay? And she's like, oh, he's not here. He's not here. You know, don't talk about it. I'll see you at work, blah, 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 blah. Okay, my man walking up to see what we talking about. And here, I caught her again at the same place with another short guy. So you know, a short man, somebody my height got 99 problems, but a witch ain't one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this girl, you know, Mr. Super Tall, you know, Mr. Hot Shot, you know, military command or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That was her thing that she wanted to be married to. But she wanted to smash with us little short dudes. And I came in third place. She was trying to get me in on it. So she's trying to do 3 of us at the same time while she's waiting for her fiance to come back to the States and get married. And I hope and pray he found out that she was cheating on him. And she made sure nobody got next to her husband, even when he was in town. She made sure no women, no men said anything to her husband, not even hello. Because she knew she was out there playing a double life. And I don't know, but when I see these girls getting all dressed up in the Philippines, looking all sharp and cute and all like that, and you're telling me that a lot of them are married, they're not allowed to get a divorce in the Philippines. And I'm thinking, I ain't about to let a woman that's married to me walk 2 inches with me. Okay? So, you know, I think that the fornication problem in the Philippines is no different than here. And a lot of y'all will lay down with a man because y'all think that keeps him. You know what I mean? And the other thing is, and I'm going to finish this video, and the other thing is, what's in it for you? I understand what's in it for the man, but what's in it for you? Because unless my woman has a reason to be out there alone, okay, which she's not going to have a reason, okay, I can go with her, I can be with her, or we can stay in the bed, or we can go take a drive, we can cook dinner and have dinner, or whatever. There's no need for a man's wife to be out there flashing herself. A lot of these Philippine girls are married to foreigners already, and they're still the ones I'm seeing on video going around wanting all these men to look at them and give them attention when they're already married to a foreigner. Are you correct in wanting all these foreigners to come to the Philippines? I'm coming. But I don't know if I want to let a cute little Filipina get within 5 feet of me. Because I don't want to hear the bad news, and I don't want to find out that, you know what I'm saying, I walked down the street, been the corner, she went to the next one. And was flaunting in front of him. And then what happened? Let me finish this. Okay, probably more than what you're doing in the Philippines. Okay, you know, I mean, especially us that work. When we come home from work, we get a day off. We want more time with our lady and all like that. It's not like, you know, our lady's out there and, you know, she's just going to the supermarket and she can't breathe because all the men are over her. That might be on television, but that's not real life. Depending on how a woman carries herself, she doesn't have to worry about anything. Okay? And last but not least, and I'm going to talk more about this in the video that I'm going to do tonight, but
you were saying that it doesn't make a difference. That it doesn't make a difference with the age gap. It does. All men, whether they be old grandpas or young studs, stallions, built to the T, tall, dark, and handsome, dark basketball stars, football stars, celebrities, whatever they are, we are all the same when it comes to beautiful women. We are all the same when it comes to young, beautiful women. So when some of the stuff you say for a woman, you don't say for the man. Old man is with a young girl that's young enough to be his granddaughter. There is flesh involved. It's not just about love, because every man, you said so yourself, but then you contradict yourself. All men like the same women. Sure, some of us like alternatives to that woman better, but we all like the clear skin, brown skin women, lightly tan, the hair, the 5'1", petite, skinny. Some a little bit more weight there than others, but basically just variations of the same woman. And we like them whatever country we are in, whatever city and state. Okay? All right? And when women go out to the gym to exercise, that is why. When women put on clothes, that is why. Because all men want the same thing. But what I don't believe is that these young girls are hooking up with men old enough to be their granddaddies because that's what they're attracted to. I believe that's a lie. I believe young girls are still attracted to the football player, the basketball player, the 6-foot guy that got muscles and all that stuff. If you're dating the fat guy, you're dating the old guy, you're dating the crippled guy, the blind guy. Sometimes it's love, but I believe more than love, I believe there's other parts to that come to play. It's not just love, like a woman would fall in love with, the guy that she flirts with at work, or the guy that she flirted with in college, her college sweetheart or high school sweetheart. It's not the same thing. Something has had to happen in her
daddy
life.
Issues.
Maybe daddy issues or something like that would make her fall for a man that's old enough to be her father. Okay? You're not going to convince me that.
And another thing real quick, a lot of older men love the attention they get from other men. Remember that, Philip? Remember that TV show called The Other Guys with David Farrell and Mark Wahlberg? It also had Samuel L. Jackson in it, and not Robert Duvall. There's another white guy that played in it. And it had Samuel L. Jackson. He was one of the, it was Samuel L. Jackson. But Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg were the two main characters. And you remember how, as silly and nerdy as Farrell was, you remember how Mark Wahlberg, who was shorter than him, but he was like, a black belt in karate, he could do ballet, he was an action figure, and he was more masculine than Will Ferrell, okay, in the movie. My favorite part is, oh, you got your big boy pants on now, you got your big boy pants on, you wearing your big boy pants now. That's my favorite part. That had me on the floor. Oh, I was on the floor when I watched that for the first time. He got sick and tired of Mark Wahlberg And he said, "Oh, you got your big boy pants on. Oh, you got your big boy pants on. Put your big boy pants on." Hell, my part. Every time that part comes on, I'm on the floor. Oh, I love it. That's perfect acting right there. Oh, you got your big boy pants on now, huh? But Wahlberg, the character that he played, he went after Phil's wife, and Phil was married to his character was married to this beautiful tan. I don't know where she was from, but she might have been Jamaican, or she might have been of Spanish descent. I don't know where she was. Somewhere between Jamaica and Spanish descent, and she was smoking hot. She's a popular actor too. I forget what her name is. Smoking hot actor, and she's not from this country. She's either from the Dominican Republic, or she's I forget. But oh my God, she was beautiful. And Mark Wahlberg was going after his woman. He wanted his wife for himself, and jokingly, because it was a comedy, but still, and it made me forget what I was going to say, but it's all on the tape here.
A woman that's young enough to be, now in my situation, yeah, like I say, maybe like 50 and under, maybe young girls are okay with that, not men women. Now in my situation, yeah, like I say, maybe daddy issues or something like that would make her fall for a man that's old enough to be her father. Okay? You're not going to convince me that a woman that's young enough to be, now in my situation, yeah, like I say, maybe like 50 and under, maybe young girls are okay with that. And I've met women, I've been offered to go out on dates with girls, 20 years younger than me. 20 years younger, I think that's okay. But a girl that's young enough to be, my daughter or granddaughter, I think there's something going on there. I think somebody's being dishonest. The woman has to have a little bit physical attraction to her husband. It's not just a matter of the heart. If it's just a matter of the heart, girls can go out and have sex with their granddads and their dads. They can just practice incest. Okay? No, there has to be some kind of romantic vibe, some kind of physical vibe in the flesh in order for people to be attracted. That's why God has sanctified marriage, because men and women are going to be attracted to each other. This is what makes a marriage successful. This is what causes babies to be born. But you're just fresh out of high school and you're marrying a man that you have to help in and out of his walker? No, there's no attraction there. There's no attraction there. I'm sorry, there's something else, but it's not the heart and it's not attraction. It has to be just simply money. And I'm sorry I disagree, but that's how I feel about that. Okay? God bless you. I'll see you on part 2.
Okay. So that's it. I agree with myself that and we see a lot of that here in the U.S. and not just with American men and foreigners, but white redneck men are marrying girls that are younger than their daughters a lot of times, or as old as their daughters. Okay. And it separates the family. And here in the West, it separates the family a lot of times. Okay? But that's what you got going on. We don't need to go to the Philippines, is what I'm saying, to date underage women. We don't need to go to the Philippines for some kind of gold digger, money-hungry young girl to try and fix it all in one shot. Okay, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of young girls out there who have never been wild at all or explicit at all about sex. They just don't really feel for it, and so if a old man knows how to love her and take care of her, I mean, she don't mind. That's the way she's looking at it. She's and a lot of women, especially women on your side of the map, look at life this way. They look at it like, okay, well, a woman's job is to be beautiful because that's what we do, and depending on how men look at our beauty, will determine the prize that we get from him, which will be money. But here in the West, the biggest thing that a man can give his wife is security. Not just money, but security. Okay? And the biggest thing that a woman can give her husband is not sex. The biggest thing that a woman can give her husband is faithfulness and loyalty. Okay? You know what I mean? Like the song says. You just want attention. You walk out there in that cornrow dress. Okay? That song by, is it Charlie Puth? I think it's Charlie Puth that wrote that. That dress is carnal, and you're out there and you just want attention. You just want attention. You spying on me, as the song says, and worrying about what I'm doing, but I'm at home thinking about you while you out there struggling for attention in that cornrow dress. Well, if you my woman, why do you need to struggle for attention? You know what I'm saying? But I know that there's various, you did say so, and I appreciate you saying that there are various relationships and various lovely females in the Philippines. It's not just one type of female. And just like you're not a city person, you're more a suburban person. So, out there more than here, like when women from the suburbs come to Pittsburgh, they live it up. They live it up. They live it up. But like last night, women that went to the PPG arena, they were looking lovely. And there were women, there was an event in my job, and then I had to show all these women how to get to the PPG arena, because a lot of our guests were going to the PPG arena. Okay, they're getting all dressed up. Dude, white women all over Pittsburgh was just, lovely last night. I mean, with their dresses and all like that. And I'm talking women with, now their modesty was all this was covered up, but all this down here was open for some of them. Big old split all the way up to your panties. I never got that. I never understood that. Why does a woman dress like that? And you can't, like there's an element there about being sexy. Here in America, women who are always showing their skin and their tattoos and always got some skin showing and cleavage showing, okay? These women are, most of them are feminists, and they use their beauty as a power to control men. They're not going to go up and just come up there and pose in front of a man. But they will pose in front of a man, and they'll get that man only because they want to defy what he has. Women are sexual assaulting men and lying to men here in the West, and I commend you for saying that Filipino women are better. But when you bring in the club scene and the bar scene, you know what I mean? I meet some girl in a place where they're serving drinks, and I'm buying her a drink, and you know what I'm saying? Then, you know what I'm saying? What are we getting ourselves into? What are we doing? Okay? And that's it for the video part of it. I have, when I get home from work, well, it won't be tonight, but tomorrow when I get home, I will do, I guess, part 4 on this. God bless you. I am D-Roy Cruz. It's been a pleasure. Hope you liked this. Hope to see you soon again with more. God bless.